Thank you, viewer, for staying tuned to Unity TV. It's time for the Unity Global News. Today is Monday, 9th October 2023, equivalent to the 24th of Muryar Al'umma 1445 after Hijrah. And these are the headlines. Empower federal government to employ 5 million youths in 5 years. Stop Akpabio and others from collecting salaries and pensions. Serap tells court troops eliminate 31 terrorists, apprehend 81 in 1 week, says defense headquarters. On the foreign scene, world reacts to Israel-Gaza war as death toll rises to 600. To come your way in sports, Arsenal record first league win over Manchester City since 2015. Those were the headlines, and for the details and other stories, my name is Shuaibu Doro. The federal government has said the ongoing overhauling of the Empower program will bring about the employment of 5 million youth in 5 years. This is contained in a statement by the National Program Manager of Empower, Akindele Egbualo, who urged Nigerians to understand the rationale behind the suspension of the program and the subsequent restructuring it is ongoing, said the federal government was working to restore confidence in the program. Giving further details on what the restructured Empower would look like, Egbualo disclosed that it will accommodate some new programs in education, health, works, agriculture, technology, fashion, entertainment, and other relevant areas of skill acquisition and employability. He also explained that suspension of the program became imperative following the discovery of sharp practices and to also give room for a detailed investigation into its operations in the last 12 months. He assured all beneficiaries with genuine claims that the federal government will not owe anybody, as it will resolve all cases and honor all valid outstanding obligations once the verification exercise is completed. The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu, says the federal government will launch the conditional cash transfer policy for 15 million households on October 17, 2023. Disclosing this in a chat with newsmen yesterday, the minister said her ministry is working with stakeholders across the country to get a credible register of beneficiaries. While admitting that some persons on the register may have died or moved up the economic ladder, Mrs. Betta said the verification exercise is to clean up the register. The federal government will restart the Trader Money scheme in November, with each beneficiary getting 50,000 naira to support their business, while the interest-free loan scheme for traders started in 2018 has been on hold for some time. The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Mrs. Betta Edu, said the government is set to relaunch it. Confirming that the scheme has not been scrapped, she said the first set, which they are starting in November, will be selected from one big market per senatorial district, noting that unlike the 10,000 given to traders in the earlier phases, 50,000 naira will be given to the beneficiaries to support their businesses. According to her, it is a one-off interest-free loan, with those who repay qualifying for another loan. While dismissing claims that the program is a political tool, the minister said elections were over, arguing that the present government is committed to making things better for Nigerians. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SERAP, has filed a lawsuit against the Senate President Godswill Akpabio and 9 other former governors in the 10th Senate over their collection of both salaries and pensions as senators. A press statement issued by the Deputy Director, SERAP, Kolawole Oluwadere, yesterday noted that joined in the suit as respondents are Senators Abdul Aziz Yari, Aminu Tombol, Adamu Alieru, Adams Ashomole, Ibrahim Gaidam, Seriake Dixon, Ibrahim Dankwambo, Aliyu Omako, Benga Daniel, and Minister of Works Dave Umahi. In the suit filed last Friday at the Federal High Court in Abuja, SERAP is seeking an order of mandamus to direct and compel Mr. Akpabio, 9 other senators, and Mr. Umahi to stop collecting both salaries and pensions, and to return any pensions collected to their respective state treasuries. The body lamented that under life pension law as amended in the respondent states, a former governor is entitled to an annual pay of 200 million and above official vehicles, furniture allowances, and an aide, a cook, and a lifetime security guard worth millions monthly, among others. No date has been fixed for the hearing of the suit. In the wake of the recent abduction of 5 female students from the Federal University Duniyar in Katsina State, some students of the University of Jos have called on the federal government and various varsity management to build more hostels to tackle the menace of kidnapping of students by bandits. Unity Radio and Television correspondent Maryam Muhammad was at the UniJos main campus and filed in this report. Still on educational matters, the leadership of the National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools, JOS, Jos North Chapter, rejoiced with St. Paul's Academy for winning the National Best Private School Award presented to it during the recently concluded Teachers' Day celebration. Congratulating the school, the chapter chairman Alhaji Abdullahi Salihu Malami commended the school's proprietors, management, and teachers, especially Mrs. Udeozo Augustina, for leading the school to this milestone.
Abductions from schools where armed groups often take students hostage in exchange for huge ransoms have become a major concern for students and setting a negative precedent for educational growth and development, particularly in northern Nigeria. Some cross-section of the University of Jos students advocated for more hostels and broken fences be repaired. A 300-level student of microbiology, who identified herself as Grace, called on the government to deploy more security forces within the school environment, and the school securities should also checkmate those coming in and going out of the university. Also speaking, Beatrice Jaffet, a geology student, added that the government should deploy more security personnel within school and hostel environment to secure the lives of students.
I think what the government should do is that they should bring security personnel into the hostel within the school area, the hostels, so that at least they can secure the students that are within that vicinity. So this is my own view.
In his submission, Ahmad Suleiman, a student, called for decentralization of Nigeria's security architecture.
I think the school management will need to enhance security in the sense that at entry point and exit point, bags should be checked, and people should identify themselves before coming into the school premises. I think that would...
In spite of effort by government at various levels to tackle insecurity in the country, Nigerians feel the need that more needs to be done to end banditry in Nigeria. From Jos, Maryam Muhammad, Unity TV.
While commending the federal government for being just and fair in the way and manner the competition was conducted, Malami applauded the school for making NAPS Jos North and Plateau State proud. The chairman who said this had proved the commitment of the school staff called on them to keep on the good work for more successes and breakthroughs. While praying for more successes to the school and other NAPS member schools, however, Malami urged proprietors to place teachers' welfare among their top priorities because they are the determining factor of school success and failure. The Defense Headquarters says troops have in the last 1 week neutralized 31 terrorists and apprehended 81 others in the northeast, north central and northwest. Disclosing this in a statement yesterday in Abuja, the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, said the troops also rescued 10 kidnapped victims, while 63 terrorists and their families surrendered to troops across theaters of operation. In the northeast, he said the troops of Operation Hadinkai conducted fighting patrols to Bama and Chibok local government areas of Borno, as well as Gujba local government area of Yobe State. Buba said the troops also recovered 12 AK-47 rifles, 2 locally fabricated rifles, 3 Dane guns, 181 rounds of 7.62 mm special ammunition, 4 magazines, and 3 motorcycles, among others. He added that the troops neutralized 13 terrorists, arrested 12, and rescued 5 kidnapped persons. The Kaduna State Police Command has confirmed that its operatives have rescued 5 kidnapped victims and arrested a suspected kidnapper after an operation where bandits killed 4 and injured others. The command spokesperson, ASP Mansur Hassan, in a statement explained that the Commissioner of Police, Kaduna State Command, Musa Yusuf Garba, commiserated with the families of those that lost their lives during the unfortunate incident which occurred on October 6, 2023 at about 23:30 hours at Ungwan Denkali, Zaria LGA of Kaduna State. Meanwhile, one of the suspects, named Masir Umar of After Rail Ungwan Denkali, was immediately arrested in possession of several military woodland camouflage wares and was strongly suspected to be one of the gunmen who attacked the said community. Hassan said preliminary investigation has since commenced and the suspect is cooperating with the police while concerted effort is being intensified towards arresting the remaining fleeing bandits. We'll take you to the foreign scene. Countries around the world have condemned a wave of Palestinian attacks by land, sea and air that Israel's army says left more than 600 dead. Israeli jets carried out intense airstrikes on targets in Gaza Sunday afternoon, shortly after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office announced that the Security Cabinet had voted Saturday evening to put the country officially at war, meaning it can carry out significant military activities. United States President Joe Biden said U.S. support for Israel was rock solid and unwavering, while a senior advisor to Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei expressed support for the attack by Palestinian militants, calling it a proud operation. However, Saudi Arabia's foreign ministry said the kingdom calls for an immediate halt to the escalation between the two sides, protection of civilians and self-control. Similarly, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres urged diplomatic efforts in the Middle East in order to prevent wider conflict, saying only through negotiation leading to a two-state solution can peace be achieved. And now sports. Arsenal beat Manchester City for the first time in the Premier League since 2015 as Gabriel Martinelli's 86th-minute strike earned a 1-0 win at the Emirates on Sunday. The Gunners leapfrogged the champions into second in the table and moved level on points with leaders Tottenham Hotspur. It was only Arsenal that won the Premier League game yesterday as Brighton versus Liverpool ended 2-2, West Ham versus Newcastle also ended 2-2, while Wolves versus Aston Villa also ended 1-1. And that sports story brings us to the end of the news on Unity TV. We want to thank you very much for staying tuned. Continue to view the rest of our programs. Thank you for watching. My name is Shuaibu Muhammad Doro.